I have good news and bad news.
Excuse me. May I go to the bathroom first?
We both know how you get when you drink.
Oh, yes, we do.
The bad news is
我命令全军各级要强化练兵备战鲜明导向，坚定不移把军事训练摆在战略位置，作为中心工作，抓住不放，抓出成效。
Thank you.
So I brought you here to make sure that none of my material could be in any way misconstrued as sexist or racist or homophobic. So if you hear anything that could be in any way offensive to anyone, just raise your hand and... Oh, I haven't really started yet. Did you find something offensive?
Hablo poco español.
I like pink.
Please. I'm begging you, please.
Pink. Pink.
Oh my God.
Pink.
Why are comedians not even willing to come on college campuses anymore because they're scared to death they're going to say something that offends?
Is this what you wanted? A floppy gay hand just floating around in the air. Well, here you go. Here's my floppy gay hand at the end of my limp gay wrist. Happy?
No, Jesus, no. Wow, what?
Can't tell you how excited I am. You should be.
It's story time. Story time.
I think it's inappropriate for adult entertainment to be performed in front of babies and young children. But I wanted to get a different perspective on this. So we've invited drag queen Vanity Von Glow onto the show. Tom, thank you very much for joining me.
Hello, nice to be here. This isn't the first conversation about appropriate behaviour that I've had with a man in a collar, so I'm looking forward to...
Interesting. I won't get into that.
Story time with Mama G.
Hi, it's day 357 of being a girl.
That's my credo. No regrets.
I get that point. Do you get the point? Yes, I get the point. Okay.
And we haven't caught up in a while.
Kids, just remember, suicide is never the answer.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Our daughter is 10 years old. She started letting us know that she was transgender really before she could even speak. She would do things like wear her sister's clothes, pretend that towels were long hair. And when she was about 3 years old, she started to withdraw and become depressed.
Hello. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, yeah. I love the sun because it warms me. I love the moon because it illuminates the dark. I love you because you are universe in my heart. Yeah.
Or she committed suicide. So there was a few theories getting thrown around, but I'm not actually sure what happened to her. And it's kind of interesting. I sort of want to find out.
I was not suicidal before going on hormones, and yet doctors asked my parents the question, would you rather have a dead daughter or a living son?
You about to find out.
This is not how medical professionals are supposed to talk. This is how activists talk. What was the cost of treating mental health with barbaric surgeries? I have bandages on my chest today, over 2 years post-op because my nipples leak fluid and they stain my clothes. I have no breasts. I want to be a mother someday, and yet I can never naturally feed my children, my future children. My breasts were beautiful, and now they have been incinerated for nothing. Thank you, modern medicine.
Heil me, Lord, for old time's sake. Heil me, little man.
No.
Heil me.
No.
A little high, just a little high, please.
Fuck off, Hitler.
The government here says it is trying to purify society.
By rewarding those who are trustworthy
and punishing those who are not.
I'm not sure I'm interested in that.
So like the credit score that most Americans get for how they handle their finances, Chinese citizens are now getting social credit scores based on everything from whether they pay their taxes on time to how they cross the street.
No, I am sure. I am not interested in that.
I'm not stupid, you know.
There's a reason that these people like break down into tears when you debate with them. And the grand irony is that you laugh at them as if they're the ones who don't get what's going on. No, you don't get what's going on. You don't get how bad things in this country are, where these people are so sick that they can't have a disagreement about politics without literally crying. And you think it's just because you like owned them so hard with facts and logic. No, you don't get it. And these people are dangerously close to having total power over you. Do you think that they're just gonna leave you alone? They're not.
What we have to acknowledge is how quickly this has escalated.
In 2016, in the wake of marriage equality, we saw the first aggressive contemporary backlash against trans people in the form of the wave of anti-trans bathroom bills, and that rhetoric escalated to attacks on trans participation in sports.
Attacks on trans youth in schools.
Yes. Has your life brought joy to others?
Using the restroom, participating on sports teams, and how quickly have we gone from that rhetoric, which was understood to be false, including by proponents of it, to this current climate in which we are criminalizing trans adults going to the bathroom.
Bloody ass. Can I get a little sympathy? Because I got a bloody ass. I'm bleeding generously. Because I got a bloody ass.
We are criminalizing trans adults going to the bathroom, where we are banning
evidence-based medical care that is supported by every major medical association, where we are
criminalizing gender expression and drag performance. And now we hear the rhetoric behind all of this, which at its core has always been about pushing trans people out of public life and eradicating trans.
You disgrace! You are everything that's gone wrong in this world. You are self-consumed, no talent, mediocre piece of shit.
You're a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful human being. You're a great host.
What's your story, hunky dory?
I'm an enigma. You can't pigeonhole me. I'm there and then I'm gone. I'm intellectually promiscuous but culturally conservative. I work hard but I do not play hard. I play easy. Why would you play hard?
Good question.
I am black. I am gay. I am disabled.
I'll go you one further. You want to ban drag show readings to children.
To minors, yes.
Why?
You want to ban drag show readings to children. To minors, yes. Why?
Why? What are you protecting? What are you protecting?
What are you protecting?
Why can we prohibit children from voting, those under 18 from voting?
Why are you
but
banning?
Also that.
Is that free speech? Are you infringing on that performer's free speech?
You know, at some point, you might want to consider sitting down with somebody, you know, have a little share time, kick back, get in touch with your inner child, that sort of thing. Also, just a thought.
They can continue to exercise their free speech, just not in front of a child.
Why?
Why?
Because the government does have a responsibility to protect.
I'm sorry?
What? What?
The government does have a responsibility in certain instances to
What's the
protect children.
leading cause of death amongst children in this country? And what you're telling me is you don't mind infringing free speech to protect children from this amorphous thing that you think of. But when it comes to children that have died, you don't give a flying fuck.
What?
To stop that, because that shall not be infringed.
That is hypocrisy at its highest order.
If you sense anger in the words that I use when discussing this topic, you're right. That is one crime I will confess to. I am angry. When I look at what these people have done to our country, the devastation they have wrought on a generation of children and adults alike, the bleakness and ugliness of their worldview, the moral and intellectual chaos they leave in their wake, yes, I get very angry. And when I consider that my own children must inherit this culture, that Dylan Mulvaney and his ilk will prey upon my children and try to turn my own sons and daughters into mutilated, mutant, self-loathing, hollow, twisted shells, just like themselves, well, my anger then turns into more of a boiling rage. And I know that I will do whatever is necessary, and I will speak whatever truths are necessary to protect my kids from this hellish, God-forsaken madness. Now, I have personally heard from many parents, more than I can count, who tell me versions of the same horror story. A beautiful and innocent kid, one day, seemingly out of nowhere, gets sucked into the gender cult and is devoured by it. The child they held as a baby and raised and gave their lives to and loved and still love becomes suddenly unrecognizable. All of their innocence and light and beauty just drained out of them, replaced by this self-cannibalizing madness. For a parent, to see this happen to a child, it is a fate worse than death. I would rather be dead than have that happen to my kids. See, the thing that I most despise about Dylan Mulvaney is that he is part of a movement which actively seeks to turn my children into Dylan Mulvaney. That's why I'm entitled to my anger and to whatever language I use to convey it. I will say whatever I want to say, and I will be justified in saying it, because these people are after my kids and yours and everyone else's. And you're worried that I'm being a little rude? Well, you see, when it comes to my children, the children that I cherish more than my own life, if you think mean words go too far, then you would be very shocked to hear how far I would really go to protect them. Trust me, words are the least of it.
Americans need to wake up. That's what I really got to say. Americans have been too complacent, Steve, for too long. They have to understand that no one is coming to save them. If you don't like where the economy is headed, if you don't like the things we're doing, then it's time for you to get involved. And your anger has to be translated into some sort of action that compels performance. I haven't seen that yet. And until we see that, nothing will change.
And by the way, you know, I'm not, I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.
No, you complete me.
The work does dry out.
Love. My world is falling apart. My marriage is falling apart.
I really don't think it's strong enough.
Stay in the room.
Okay, release. See, how many missiles did I actually launch? 1 or 10?
You launched 50.
I launched 50.
50.
How can you have energy companies that profit when there's an energy crisis, military industrial complex that profits when it's a war, pharmaceutical companies that profit when there's a pandemic? You're creating the necessity for ongoing crisis.
Yes.
If the elites in a society benefit from situations that are detrimental to everybody else, that's what reality is going to become. That's what reality has become.
Was this like a sex thing?
Nope.
Oh, okay, I was good.
I am black. I am gay. I am disabled.
We need to have them stop handing out pornography, no matter how you identify or anything else. I have really nothing against anybody, but this is absurd and everybody knows it. Thank you.
Listen to this shit. Listen to this shit. I want you to learn and grow from this shit, okay? I want you to learn and grow from this shit, okay? I don't give a fuck how much drugs or drinking. You just physically assaulted me, and I could have your ass arrested, but I'm not gonna do it. I want you to listen to me. I want you to he went like this and looked at me like this. Fuck you. You saw it. You fucking saw it.
You're gonna take him out, but listen. I want you to grow from this, okay? There's a bigger issue than drugs and alcohol and fighting each other. And you're lucky that you came in contact with me, because I'm not gonna have you arrested. I'm gonna teach you a lesson.
I'm not sure I'm interested in that.
You just referenced intentional pandemics. Do you harbor any doubts about the origins of COVID-19?
No, the evidence is very clear that it's naturally caused. It's a bad virus, and we're going to have natural epidemics, and sadly we may have some unnatural epidemics in the future.
Shut the fuck up. Back the fuck off.
I saw you take something, Daddy.
Don't be jealous because I found inspiration and you can't play fucking Paganini.
Hey, what's up everybody? Before I begin the video, I wanted to ask a pretty serious question. It might trigger some people, but it shouldn't. But I don't have an answer, so I'm looking to you for an answer. And the question that I've been thinking about all day is, do white people deserve reparations?
I wish it was that easy. Just constantly be tempted to get you to do shit for me and have to fight that real hard. Right now, it's a battle I don't think I can win.
I hope we get in a car wreck right now. I do. I hope we get in a fucking car wreck. A motherfucking car wreck and we both die.
I'm fucking serious. Hear me out, because white people were most definitely slaves. There are probably still white people that are slaves.
I don't know how many people know this, but the word slave actually comes from the Slavic people. The original slaves were the Slavic people, which you would consider white.
White people were slaves too. You know what I'm saying? What does that mean?
So do the direct bloodlines of white slaves deserve reparations?
Oh yeah, that time when white people were slaves. Slave markets flourished on the Barbary coast of North Africa and what is modern-day Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and western Libya between the 15th and middle 19th century. Under Ottoman rule, the North African slave trade markets traded in European slaves, which were acquired by the Barbary pirates in slave raids on ships and raids in coastal towns from Italy to Spain, Portugal to France, England to the Netherlands, and as far afield as the Turkish abductions in Iceland? I remember learning about this in school.
Yes, white slavery actually did exist.
Okay.
What if the tables was turned, would you still forget about the past? Nah, they wouldn't. But I do know this.
Or are reparations only privileged for the blacks?
Had a black ophthalmologist come through here, Ellison, and we sat on this couch right here. And his great-great-granddaddy owned 68 slaves. And here I am, white, over here, and my great-great-granddaddy didn't own any slaves.
I told y'all that slavery shit didn't happen like they say it did. Now allow us to continue this goddamn education. William Edison, long-head ass, was the largest of 171 so-called black slave owners in South Carolina. 171. Edison held over 900 acres, 68 slaves, and his wealth was said to be 15 times greater than any man in the state.
I don't know.
Like father, like son. Thank God Jesus didn't.
I don't know. What about all the Asians that were enslaved, or the Indians that were enslaved, or...
While much of the history of the treatment of slaves has been presented as a history of the treatment of African slaves, the treatment of European slaves in North Africa and elsewhere was by no means benign. For example, this was the scene in 18th century Algiers as newly captured European slaves were paraded through town. Since the arrival of new slaves was a sign of prosperity and an occasion of civic pride for all the townsfolk, the resident Turks, Moors, Jews, and renegades all turned out to cheer and taunt the newcomers. Local children especially followed the slaves as they shuffled along, loudly humiliating them and sometimes threw refuse at them. The newly captured men's heads and beards were roughly shaved bare as part of the demoralization process to break their spirit, and slaves of either sex could be stripped naked for sale at auction. Most of the female slaves were used for domestic work, but the men tended to be used for work requiring strength, including the brutal and degrading work of galley slaves. Slaves who needed to relieve themselves could make their way to the opening at the hull side of their bench, known as the borda, dragging their part of the chain and presumably climbing over their sleeping companions. This, however, many slaves were apparently too exhausted or dispirited to do, and often ended up simply fouling themselves where they sat. The resulting stench, as many observers agreed, was beyond belief.
Or the South Africans, the white South Africans, because
Algerians were estimated to have captured more than 350 British ships between 1672 and 1682.
There's Elon. Oh yeah, that motherfucker is actually African American, and it drives people insane when you say that. He's not, he's Caucasian. No, he's fucking not. No, he's not. Don't be racist. Anywho to Mahagan, yes, as you can tell, this is another long video, but I don't give a fuck.
If every time someone asks you a question, you try to say the right answer, your entire life is a test. And when did you have the most anxiety in grammar school and high school?
No question.
On test day.
No question.
So your entire life become this test. I ain't trying to say the right answer. I am just doing what I feel. My mama said trying is failing. There is no ifs, woulds, coulds, shoulds. It just is, and we just are.
Why so serious?
Why so happy?
Why so shy?
Why so nervous?
Why so tense? Why so hostile?
Why so blue?
Why so grave?
Why so testy?
Why so early?
Why so fast?
Why so many?
Why so much?
Oh, shut up, will you?
Fuck that bitch-ass nigga Tucker Carlson. He always stay running his mouth about me and my wizards. Like, come on, nigga, are you serious?
You know, I can't help myself. Like I always say, I got a problem. And I just don't know how to make something short.
What happens up on that screen means something.
Well, I do actually. And if you want shorts, you gotta go to my second channel, which is Darthland. So go to my second channel, link in the bio.
You don't give a flying fuck.
When people commit suicide...
And you see, in their last moments, people show you who they really are.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
And go there for shorter content. But this is DarthNews, baby. And we take our sweet fucking time. I take my time. Well, yes, you too, Applejack, and you, Tina. Anyway, long video, so you've been warned. And yes, there's going to be a whole lot of creative yet shameless plugging for my Patreon.
You know, and what's so sad is you see people that work so fucking hard for not a lot of money. And, you know, bills just add up. And then they save just enough when they get their vacation twice a year. They'll go to, like, a cruise. And they'll just drink nonstop for a week. And at the end of it, they're just hungover. They blew the excess money they had. And that was it? That's what you worked all year for?
Rumble and, you know, CashApp throughout. I'm demonetized, so if you want to help support this kind of content, this kind of, I don't know what the fuck this is, but if you want to support it, you can.
No mercy for you, no worries for you. That Game of Thrones, don't set me on you. I flip the script, I roll the dice. Don't fall asleep, cause I'm working nights. Hey, you trying to shut me out, it's getting busy.
Having a good grab.
Here's Johnny. Shut up! If you won't give it to me, I'ma take it.
The links are in the description, so fucking thank you so much for supporting me. And if you can't, if you're poor like me, that's fine. Just like the video.
Oh, this is lovely, just lovely.
Let's get on with it. With what, you ask? I don't know. What are we doing here? We're making content that people didn't even know they needed in their lives.
Wendy, let me explain something to you. Whenever you come in here and interrupt me, you're breaking my concentration. You're distracting me. And it will then take me time to get back to where I was. Understand?
I don't know what we're doing. What the fuck are we doing? What am I doing here right now? Besides wasting your time. Well, we're wasting our time together, but that's not the point.
Oh, I'll eat you all right.
Good.
I'll eat you big time.
I hope so.
Just when you don't want to be eaten, that's when I'm gonna eat you.
I always want to be eaten.
We're making content, but why?
We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we got to go through it.
Well, because Darth, you're doing a lot of good for the world. You're showing people a different genre of content.
I don't want to need help. I don't need you. That's what it was. That's what it is. Somewhere a long time ago, I needed somebody and they didn't do it. And so I decided at that point, I guess, I don't need you. The only person I need is me. And I'll be damned if I'm ever gonna need somebody. I ain't needing somebody. I'll be damned if I'm ever gonna need somebody again.
Wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basket, but I learned, didn't I? Hey, I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I, Uncle Phil? Got through my first date without him, right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. To hell with him!
You get exactly what you wanted. You get alone. You end up feeling alone. You end up being alone. You end up being alone, man. And if you're not alone, you end up fucking feeling alone. And that's the same. Being alone and feeling alone, it's two different things. You can be alone, but you could be married, you could be in a family of 4 and feel alone as fuck. Because you don't want to open up. You don't want to let people in. You don't want to admit that I need help. I need help just with this minute.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Your content's very digestible. You're kind of funny when you don't try too hard.
I'm sorry.
And you know, people that just stumble across your channel realize, wow, I never knew I needed DarthNews in my life, and now they have you, and that's why you do it. You do it for free because
you gotta get back out in the world. Get out of that lonely house, that little workshop of yours. Get back out on the road. You should make a radical change in your lifestyle. I mean, the core of man's spirit comes from new experiences.
But you're wrong if you think that the joy of life comes principally from human relationships. God's placed it all around us. It's in everything, in anything we can experience. People just need to change the way they look at things.
When you forgive, you love. And when you love, God's light shines on you.
people rely on you to be entertained. This is not entertaining. This is not entertaining. What the fuck?
Keep fucking scrolling if you can't handle some real shit, because I'm about to drop the fucking mic.
What, I gotta fuck your bitch to talk to you?
Billy, let that go. Come on, keep walking. Come on, let's go.
How about this? I'll take your bitch, then I'll take your belt.
Come on, let it go. Baby.
How about I take your belt?
Let's go home.
Then I take your bitch.
Let it go.
I'm loading up my clip, got a plan for tonight. A dog in my hand, in my pocket is a knife.
Anyway, so first up, we got two wackadoos that think that their child was telling them that they were trans before they were even able to speak. That's right, we're having trans babies telling parents that they are indeed not the same gender that they were born. We got infants claiming they're trans. That's where we're at. That's how fucking deluded people have become. How crazy people have become. I meant delusioned. Deluded? No, not deluded. Delusion. I don't fucking know. I don't talk no good sometimes. Man, just because I don't talk no good don't mean I ain't stupid.
I think it's time for you to leave the stage.
I got my DEGs, my GED and everything.
Bullshit!
The body does not know the difference between what's real and what's not. If you can get into meditation and teach your body to believe and feel as if all your desires and dreams have already come true, the universe will work its magic to bring it into this 3D reality for you. You must be able to feel it and have gratitude for it now before it comes. That is the secret to trust in the universe so deeply that you are not afraid.
I graduated at the school of the high. I was hot in school.
So what I'd like to do is I level it out, and then...
Anyway, so these parents are fucking crazy. They're brainwashed into brainwashing their child, their infant. that they're the opposite sex. And now their baby is 10 years old and is transitioned. And will probably kill herself in the next 5 years. Just a fact. Just a fact.
Should shut the fuck up. Back the fuck off.
Darth, that's so dark and morbid. Why would you say that's so fucked up? Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to fuck up your day, but if you don't like this kind of shit, just fucking go. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anymore. Darth's racist. He's a bigot. He's trying to be Michael Jackson because he has one glove. No, I lost it. There's a fucking difference. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch this video. I know I already showed it to you, but let's watch it one more time, because why the fuck not? And then I'll give you my thoughts on the video. Applejack, hit it.
Our daughter is 10 years old. She started letting us know that she was transgender really before she could even speak. She would do things like wear her sister's clothes, pretend that towels were her long hair. And when she was about 3 years old, she started to withdraw and become depressed. So we started doing some research. We talked to her pediatrician.
All right, so please allow me to offer some insight with proper context as to what this dude's shirt says in the video. Quote, gender-affirming healthcare saves lives. Okay. Well, let me translate that for you in English.
So, for me, it's more based on if there's man on one side, woman on the other, and non-binary is somewhere in the middle, and then I take up that whole area, the whole bar there. And I know for a lot of people, non-binary is a completely separate spectrum, and
I need your help. I can't tell you what it is. You can never ask me about it later, and we're gonna hurt some people.
Whose car are we gonna take?
How would I translate that? I don't know.
I don't fucking know either.
I do know. I speak woke very well.
Now, you can clap.
Yay! I can translate, break down all kinds of drugs and powders. Look, gender-affirming healthcare saves lives essentially translates to please encourage your confused children and convince them to embrace their delusions that you created in their lives, such as making them believe they're the opposite sex and then saying it was their idea. You're pulling an inception on your own child, and it's fucked up, man. You can't just do that. You can't plant an idea in a oh, God. Anybody who thinks a child is mature enough to make a decision like this is sick. You're sick.
You're sick! You're sick! Why would you do?
So it translates to, yeah, let's just fuck your kid up for life. Let's make them believe this fucking Looney Tune bullshit. And let's just, tell them they're in the wrong body over and over and over and over again until they believe they're in the wrong body, and then we're going to shove them into the nearest Luciferian hospital where they can get their gender-affirming, life-saving, hormone-injecting, puberty-blocking, gender mutilation, chemically castrating children in order to save their lives. That's what that translates to. Look, I know that was a little rough around the edges, but I'm not, not a very polished YouTube channel or content creator. I hope you can follow along, because fuck it. You see, what's really been bothering me is trying to figure out which universe exactly does chopping off a child's reproductive parts help save their lives. Because they won't commit suicide. No, the reason people commit suicide is because they've already went through with the transition and they can't go back, so they're like, fuck, and they kill themselves.
Look, dude, I feel guilty all the time for my thoughts and urges, but I'm not going to talk to a therapist who's going to make me, deal with it, confront those issues.
If you just tell your kid, don't do that, eventually, 99% of the time, they're going to snap out of it or grow out of it. Dude, I don't play with Pokemon cards anymore. I don't play with fucking Batman toys, and I grew up, man. I don't dress up as a Power Ranger and run around the house and... I wouldn't say this is a Power Ranger. Point taken.
Well, here it's a flop!
Look, man, what I'm trying to say is...
A fucking flop!
It's time to grow up. It's time to stop being such a fucking loser.
What is your problem, man? Do you know how to fucking drive?
No.
What? No, I don't know how to fucking drive. I don't know what any of this shit is, and I'm fucking scared. What are you talking about, you psycho? You don't know how to drive? Not everybody knows how to do everything. Driving isn't the only thing. Just move your car! Oh, okay. I don't know how I can. Oh my god, just grab the steering wheel. Fine! Ah!
I want to be ninja. I want to chop, 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 chow down, take chow down to Chinatown.
You're a narcissist.
You see, guys, what we have here are two radically woke ideologues as parents that are ruining their child's life. They are doing the opposite of saving their son's life. They are killing it. They are ending it.
Richard, where is she?
She's in there.
What the fuck is she doing in there?
All the pretty girls walk like this, 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 this. This. Pretty girls walk like this, this, this.
Richard, what's wrong with you?
I want to talk to the kids. Parents watch the video and then hand the phone over to the young kids.
The young kids. Hi there. I get asked a lot, are you a boy or a girl?
And I love that question. And so I wanted to just tell you, sometimes human beings are more than boy or girl. Sometimes we're something else. Sometimes we're both. Sometimes we kind of float in between, and sometimes we're a boy, sometimes we're a girl, because human beings are creatures and we're wild and exciting. But I want to ask you a favor. If you see a kid like me or an adult like me, would you be extra nice to them?
There's zero possibility that that's the case.
Would you do me a favor and be very, very kind?
Tell me where the children are, I'm gonna kill you.
Alright, so I guess it's time for some good news. And the good news is Kentucky has passed a new law banning drag shows at public spaces, parks, schools, libraries, for example, and has outlawed it to anyone under the age of 18, which is how it should always have been. It used to be 18, and then the fucking pedophiles were like, nah, let the kids in. They need to see this. They need to see it. So all the people on Twitter and TikTok and social media are like, wee! They've banned drags. This is a hate crime. They don't like the drags people. It's like, no, they didn't ban drag queens or drag shows. They said you can't do it in a public space where children could be present. That's it. Drag shows are a sexual kink. Dressing up in drag is a sexual kink. Darth, no, it's just a performance art. Dressing up like a woman and putting on makeup? No. No. Just be a clown. What? It turns you on.
You know those scammers? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Not specific. I just know of scammers in general.
I saw a video of a drag queen twerking on stage in front of a child. How is that okay? I also saw parents taking their children to drag queen strip clubs, actually in Florida. Why is this okay? People are clapping. This isn't normal. You know what this is? This is a slow progression towards pedophilia. Everybody's free to do as they wish, but why do you have to associate your sexual desires, your preferences, your fantasies with children? Children don't need to be involved in this. This is some very weird, perverse, slippery slope to pedophilia.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna read the description, the video description. Why is it that full-grown males dressing up as overdeveloped, highly sexualized females are suddenly rising in popularity? Why are families now taking their little children to drag queen nightclub parties? You wear it well, lipstick, paint it on. You wear it well, you sure suits you. My pussy good, pussy sweet, pussy good, pussy sweet, pussy good, pussy sweet, pussy good, pussy sweet. My pussy good, pussy sweet, pussy good, pussy sweet.
The first motherfucker to play this shit in Miami. DJ Ideal Slim Thug. Y'all know what the fuck this is. The bottom bitch.
Prowling, still ballin' in the mix. It's that 6'6" long dick slim nigga sticking your.
Drag shows are for adults.
Jesse, wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
So everybody's just freaking the fuck out, and now we have this drag queen who goes in front of this fucking panel of important people, I guess, city council or whatever, and is invoking Jesus Christ and the Bible to defend drag shows for kids, essentially. She's making it seem like
he's making it seem like
he says he can't find work and he's gonna be, broke or whatever the fuck he says. I don't know. I'm being weird. He's talking about, losing his humanity or some bullshit. And it's like, no, yada, 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 drama, drama, drama. Shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you can still perform at adult venues, right? Strippers have to perform at adult venues.
Just in case is live on Fort Myers Beach. Justin, what'd you find?
Well, this is going to be an adult entertainment nightclub set up here in this tent right behind us. Now, this is where Fantasies at the Beach once stood before Ian destroyed it. And people around this community, they're just finding out about what's set to open here starting tomorrow, and they're telling us how they feel about it.
A strip club in a tent, that's not something I've ever heard of.
People told us they've been wondering what this tent would be used for.
It's gonna be great to have it back, man.
Set up where Fantasies at the Beach once stood.
It is a shocker that they're actually doing it out of a tent.
Okay, nightclubs only exist at nightclubs. You don't have a nightclub in a library. You don't bring strippers into a library. It's like, I don't know how this is so hard for some people to comprehend. I guess it's all that fucking programming, all that social media.
Oh no.
All that indoctrination.
No.
Because it has become the education system's goal, from K through 12 to the universities into the workplace. It's become this predatory, sick, culty, belief system. It's just become this perverted version of reality, and we're not only being forced to accept it, we're being preached it.
The hips on the drag queen go swish, swish, swish.
I can't,
Swish, swish, swish.
I can't.
All these people that just have like a following, and these influencers, and all these people that are standing up on their altars preaching have become the new priests of this woke religion, this cult of insanity. This is a cult. Make no mistake about it. It's becoming a religion. These people who claim to be atheists say they don't believe in anything. Well, I hate to tell you this, but that means you believe in something, which is nothing. Nothing is your God. Nothing is your deity. You believe in nothing. Am I making sense? These teachers and these politicians and everyone is just worshiping gender ideology and sexual preferences and trans kids, and it's like, how can a sane person actually think that this is normal? It's just blows my mind.
Hey, bro.
Good morning, everyone. My name is DARTHXXXL, a play on words that I hope you all can appreciate. I want to start by acknowledging the hate that was mentioned. As a queer person who has been bullied your entire life, I fully want to say that I am sorry for that hate that you received. I am no stranger to it, and I hope that one day, as I hope that I also...
Was this like a sex thing?
...do not receive that. I grew up in a religious home. I'm ordained. And a Bible verse that comes to my mind often, that I hear in my mind and grew up hearing from my mother, was Matthew 25. Do unto the least of these as you have done unto me. Ask yourself, what are you doing unto the least of these, and would you do this to Jesus that you so love and worship? This bill not only compromises or asks me to explain my humanity, but it also brings into question my livelihood. As a drag performer who depends on drag shows and drag performances for income, this bill not only tells me that I am not really a human worthy of rights, but I'm also not worthy to work, and I'm not deserving of an ability to make money.
Your minute's up.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. My fuck. Shut the fuck up! Can we just fucking cut?
A few moments later.
But Darth, it's not that bad. People aren't fucking going crazy. They're just having fun with their sexualities. No. They're indoctrinating children. Let's watch this video clip of, a 6-year-old dancing for dollar bills with a drag queen. And all these fucking psycho mothers are cheering it on like, yay! They're all handing her dollar bills. It's fucked up. They're implementing that your values are important. You shouldn't have moral standards. Put money first. Sell that body for the money. They're teaching them at a young age. They're sexualizing them at a young age. They want them to do porn. They want them to join OnlyFans. They want them to do all these perverse things. All these grown-ups want to fuck them. They want to fuck kids, man. That's what they want. You don't want to hear it? Fine. Too bad. I'm going to say it anyway. They want to fuck kids. And whether they're actually killing children, sacrificing them, and drinking their blood and shit, I don't know. Maybe they're, using them to tap a little bit of adrenochrome out of them. Who knows? But by doing what they're doing to these children, they're effectively killing them. They're killing their innocence. They're killing what it means to be a child. There's no separation between adult conversations and kid conversations. Everything is just... It's like people forgot that they're kids. They're fucking kids. No pun intended, but that's a good one. I should write that down.
We're gonna give you 60 seconds of lip sync.
All right, so if that didn't piss you off a little bit, well, then you're a pedophile and you should kill yourself. It's like the nicest way to put it. You know, I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You could do it any way you want. You could, you know, dealer's choice. You're the dealer. I could stick my dog on you. Bet you that would be fun. He'll eat you. He will eat you. He will. It'll be like that scene in Game of Thrones where the dogs eat that what's his name? I don't know.
Did you know in Game of Thrones that the visual effects group originally planned to use CGI to show Ramsay Bolton's jaw getting ripped in half by his own hounds, but after they finished it, they decided that it was way too gruesome even for Game of Thrones.
Look, what I'm trying to say is, if you fuck kids, or if you think it's cool that a kid can dance around like this and shake their ass for money, you should kill yourself. Not going to sugarcoat it. Kill yourself. Figure it out. Work it out. You know, get your shit in order. Get all your affairs in order. Make a will and kill yourself. Anyways, I was saying, if that didn't piss you off enough, well, maybe this will. We have a mother who is being sued by the Board of Teachers, the Board of Education, or some fucking something. She's being sued by teachers, essentially, for trying to figure out what they're teaching her daughter in class. She wanted to see the curriculum, and she kept asking. They wouldn't give it to him. They wouldn't let her know, because they're indoctrinating your children. So now they filed a lawsuit against her. Let's just let her say it. So, Applejack, you ready? Let's watch this. Well, fucking tee it up, man. Hit it.
My name is Nicole Solis, and I am a mother from Rhode Island who was sued by the teachers union simply because I wanted to know what my kindergartner would be learning in school.
I'm glad you asked. Let's talk about it. So tri-gender and the way you identify in it can be very heavily based on your culture and your cultural background. For example, I know in Hawaiian culture, there are 3 genders. There's a third gender. I forget what it's called, I'm sorry, but...
And here's how this happened. I asked to see the curriculum, and my school told me I had to submit a public records request. The curriculum wasn't posted online, and it wasn't available in a school district. Then I asked them if they were teaching gender theory, and they told me that they don't call children boys and girls, and they embed the values of gender identity into every classroom, including kindergarten, and they didn't want to answer any of my questions further. They told me that they would communicate with me only through public records requests, and that is the only way I could get my questions answered. And when I did submit the public records request that they told me to submit, and I submitted hundreds because I had hundreds of questions, my school board then put my name on the agenda of a public school board meeting and held a public school board meeting to discuss suing me for submitting the request that they told me to submit. In a 5-hour-long school board meeting, they openly debated my moral character, my political motivations. They said that I was causing chaos, wreaking havoc, harming the district, harming children. One school board member even said she felt unsafe and started to cry because, as you see, I'm really scary standing here right now. And they really just tarred and feathered me for asking questions. And they had never met me before, and this was the first school board meeting that I had ever been to in my life. They wanted to send a message to other parents that if you ask questions, they will come after you. Well, at the end of this meeting, they decided that they wouldn't sue me for asking questions because they never intended on actually suing me. They just wanted to publicly humiliate me in a school board meeting that was a show trial. And when that happened, then the teachers union, the largest teachers union in the country, the NEA, did file a lawsuit against me, to bully me and harass me with frivolous litigation and to send a message to other parents that if you ask questions about public education, they will come after you. And I'm here so that this doesn't happen to any other parent in America. I'm still in litigation for almost 2 years with the teachers union. I still don't have my answers. But what I do know is that my school district and my teachers union didn't want to just hide the curriculum from me. They wanted to ruin my life just for asking for it. And I don't want that to happen to any other parent in America.
If you happen to be Native Hawaiian, you could identify as that third gender and then man and woman. Or if you happen to be, from Native Hawaiian background and on the other side you have a different background that also has a third gender, you can identify as those two non-binary genders. And then take your pick if you want man or woman or not even another non-binary gender. But all in all, it comes from your cultural background. So for me, I come from a very heavy Dutch background and American background. So for me, it's more based on if there's man on one side, woman on the other, and non-binary is somewhere in the middle, and then I take up that whole
area, the whole bar there. And I know for a lot of people, non-binary is a completely separate spectrum, and that's just not my experience, but I still think that that's a valid experience.
Why do we just assume that all of this infrastructure and entertainment and open information that is beaming all over the place, all the time, into every single home on the planet is exactly what we're told it is? Maybe there are people out there who are more important than us, more powerful and wealthier than us, that are communicating things and seeing things in the world that are meant for only them and not for us. I think it's fucking ridiculous to assume that media has just one purpose, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm not fucking winners, and this is what they're trying to teach the youths them? Fam, B is for bi? C is for coming out? D is for drag? Fam, fire that book.
I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it here. You wouldn't like it, nobody likes it here.
I am black. I am gay.
Where these people can survive, and I'll tell you what, they can't. They cannot with the slate of hate that you all have introduced this session. The suicide rates are outrageous. You know it. You seem to not care. Not a one of you have talked about it. What is the intent of this bill? What is the point? I'll send you all the Journal of Adolescent Health article that I referenced last time so that you all can have it before you vote on the floor today. To know once again that nearly 50% of our queer kids have thought about suicide and nearly 20% of the trans kids have attempted it.
When people commit suicide, no one ever understands. You know what I mean? People commit suicide, people go, I don't understand why. And I go, you don't? Where, you live in a cotton candy house or something? What the fuck? You don't know about life? How it only disappoints and gets worse and worse until it ends in a catastrophe? What the fuck? Go get high!
Something like that actually happened. Well, you can rest assured, Mr. Ullman, that's not gonna happen with me.
Here's Johnny.
It's now time for some Jon Stewart propaganda. Applejack, hit it. Ugh, sorry, I forgot to say. New World Order propaganda.
Parents with children who have gender dysphoria have lost children to suicide and depression.
They absolutely
because it's
have.
acute. And so these mainstream medical organizations have developed guidelines through peer-reviewed data and studies. And through those guidelines,
They've improved mental health outcomes. So I'm confused why you follow
AMA guidelines and AAP guidelines for all other health issues than Arkansas, because we checked, but not for this.
It's simply saying, let those young people who are facing gender confusion and dysphoria, allow them to become adults and to make that decision. Allow a child to be a child.
So here's where we have our crossroads. You've made the determination that protecting these children means not giving them access to the guidelines and care that have been designed by medical and mental health professionals for children expressing gender dysphoria. And I'm asking you again, what are your qualifications to step in and say, no, keeping you from that care is protecting you. You've made that determination.
Well, these are irreversible decisions that these children at these young ages are making, or that their parents are making.
They're not making a decision. You're making it sound like a 9-year-old walks into a doctor's office and says, give me some testosterone. And the doctor goes, oh, thank God, because we're wanting to create an army of transgenders because we're crazy. Because we're crazy. And they go right in like...
Now, we passed a law to protect the children in Arkansas, and I think that's what is important.
Again, the medical community disagrees with you.
Not all of the medical community.
Who doesn't?
We have had experts testify here in Arkansas.
Okay, from what medical organization?
Mr. Weatherall.
Cute kid.
Precious. Isn't he? Don't you just want to hold him underwater till the bubbles stop? Oh, I freaking hate myself.
I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for this part of the community. I feel liberated.
The effects can go from very subtle to very intense in an instant.
When I perform gender, when I celebrate gender.
Oscar, I think I'm gay.
Let young queer kids celebrate gender! Why do you say that?
It's just that I'm so emotional.
You're not gay.
I'm not a woman. I was born as a man.
How the fuck do they even know about Emily, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I may have said something.
Huh?
I may have said something.
Yeah, what the fuck did you say?
Based on stereotypes that are totally untrue, that I do not agree with, you would maybe not be a very good driver.
Oh man, am I a woman?
You are now a they, them, which is plural. It doesn't even make sense. Like, if you can say that you're a boy but you identify as a girl, yeah, that's gender dysphoria is a real thing. If you want to be representative as a plural, that's very weird.
Okay, so I guess that ends this portion of the video. I'm actually going to say my goodbyes, even though there's a lot more left. So please stick around, please, because I threw together a compilation that took me a long time to edit, and I really hope you like it. I didn't spend too much time on it, but it's pretty good. I don't know, I like to talk myself up. Fuck, dude, just stop killing my vibe. You just like, what are you doing? You always gotta bring me down a peg. Why? If you don't just let me live in my moment, I want to kill my self-esteem again. I keep trying it, you know. All these failed attempts at you know. One of these times it'll work. So that's what I'm trying to say. So just stop
being mean.
So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. If you like this video, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. Also, like I said, demonetized. So go to my CashApp, my Patreon, or my merch store and help support the channel. It means a lot. The only reason I'm here is because of you. The only reason I'm here is because of your support from the kindness of your own hearts. The selflessness to give your hard-earned money to a stranger wearing a mask that's a total asshole. I don't know why you love this cringy asshole, but thank you for supporting the content. So, yeah. I think that's it. Until we meet again, don't forget to pull out. That's POO-L, and as always, stay Darth. And seriously, give me some fucking money, please. I know some of you have. I'm not talking to the ones that have. I know. It's not a good look, but it's like, fucking, I got to. If I don't beg here, I'm gonna be begging on the side of the road with my tin can. Like, please, more, sir, more. Give me some more money. It's like, this is how I ask. And if you know what?
Fuck your money. I'm just gonna kill myself.
Yeah, if looks could kill. What do you want from me? Well, let's start with a little cooperation. Not my forte. Really? Even when you're wooing someone powerful you intend to betray? Come on. You don't know anything about me. Well, maybe I'd like to learn. I specialize in the pursuit of dangerous variants.
Black is the color of emptiness. I feel it in my soul because I'm an emotional mess.
Like myself. No particularly dangerous variants. You're just a little pussycat. I got a set of questions for you. You answer them honestly, and then maybe I can give you something you want. And you want to get out of here, right? Yeah, so we'll start there. Should you return, what are you going to do?
Finish what I started.
Which is?
Claim my throne.
You want to be king?
I don't want to be. I was born to be.
No, but king of what exactly?
You wouldn't understand.
Try me.
Sucking on my titties like you wanted me, calling me.
What in the fuck?
I'm alive.
Imagine if I listen what a hater gotta say. I'll never give a broke bitch any time of day. You ugly when you jealous, bitch. Look at that face. I'm hot right now and you not, okay? You big mad, big mad. Got a big bag, popping big tags. All white Rover, yeah, whip that. Ate it up, left no crumbs, cause this shit smack. I just sit back, let the chips stack. People juice all the boys, yeah, the shit crack. Off the coast, I'ma holler when I get back. Got his that, oh, you big mad.
Cancel me. Cancel me. Tell Twitter I told you to say the N-word. Do it. Cancel me. Cancel me. If you really think you have the ability to cancel me, sitting in your underwear at home on your fucking phone, do it. Cancel me. Cancel me.
Got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
How's your girl, man?
She left me.
Oh.
Dating a prostitute?
Fuck you.
Not for long. I'm gonna make that whore my wife.
Baby, don't you understand? I wanna be an estimate. I wanna make your body scream.
Yeah, my mom died too. And my dad got deported. But I got the van.
It's nice.
Yeah, right?
Because I love Jesus. I love any man who can get nailed for 3 days straight and come back for more.
God is non-binary.
That's my opinion!
Got me looking so crazy right now. You're lost. Got me looking so crazy right now.
Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you?
Got me looking so crazy right now.
You think I came down here for nothing? You don't give me some gas money? You got $5 on you?
Got me looking so crazy right now.
Peter, you suck. Peter, you suck. Peter, you don't do anything of value.
Believe love, the love.
You can
feel something inside.
Honestly, like, I love her, but she's kind of a problem. No, and I hope that she's okay, and I felt super bad, but I'm also like, and I love her, but like, I love her, but she is an attention whore.
Peter, you suck. Write some music, but instead you sit and write these bullshit songs.
I see, I really don't think it's strong enough.
It's so self-loathing. Go see a psychiatrist. I hate the psychiatrist. We'll go see one anyway.
Looking so crazy, you're lost. Got me.
I don't like the psychiatrist. You need to go see one. See a psychiatrist. I'm not going.
We don't have friends, Frank. We will never have friends because there are no friends to be had.
Stop saying shit like that. It's unprofessional.
Oh, is that what I'm going for here?
Just want you to stop saying odd shit like you smell a psychosphere or you're in someone's faded memory of a town. Just stop. You get any sleep last night?
I don't sleep. I just dream.
Cancel me.
And if you don't like the way I talk, don't watch my videos. But let me tell you something. I shoot from the hip, I tell it straight, and it's...
You want to stop me? You're gonna have to fucking kill me! I know what to do.
Now, our operation is small, but there's a lot of potential for aggressive expansion. So which of you fine gentlemen would like to join our team? Oh, there's only one spot open right now, so we're gonna have tryouts. Make it fast.
You're all going to die.
They ravage our lands in front of our eyes. Their cruelty to my people is all I've known. Why did the Emperor choose this path? And who will our next oppressors be?
This is the bottom of the supply chain of your iPhone, of your Tesla, of your Samsung. I mean, I'm just naming those companies. Right. It's all of them, right?
I don't need you to question me about how I support my family and every goddamn person here, you understand me?
I'm sorry, I don't speak monkey.
We're not gonna fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
It should be more natural, brother. It should flow out like this.
Everybody wants to be the king.
My male role models, drug dealers and thugs. My father learned how to solve problems with guns. And when I grew up, I learned what racism was. And what teaching it does. And like my teachers would say, little black boys have a place in the world. Like hanging from trees or dead in the street. Like I seen on TV. All them boys they killed, they look just like me. Not like Brandon or Chandler or Malik and Kareem. I was born with a target and it stuck to my skin. And I learned in social studies I was one of the men who were locked in the chains but not locked in a pen. But I'm bigger than that. I'm the beginning and end.
I'm the sun and the moon. I'm the light in the dark. I am life in the tomb. I'm the pharaoh with slave. Gentrifying my spirit. It's like a knife in the womb. Refuse to act like a parent or to dance like a monkey. See a stance as a parent. That's why I'm here for the money. Don't care to cater to merit. Y'all fetishize my spirit. I see your coaches dependent on what you did and they hear it. Won't let my world be tempted. I'm staying distant.
Things just got out of hand. It's okay to be afraid.
Who's gonna be the reason why I get
Gods don't have to choose. We take. You've spent your entire life afraid.
Who's gonna be the reason why I get
Keep going back! Keep going back!
Gentlemen!
Bartend! What is your suspicion?
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
Behind you stands a symbol of oppression.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. God bless you.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. You were saying?
God bless this incredible city. It's been the honor of a lifetime to be mayor. There's more work to do.
Blackgate Prison, where 1,000 men have languished under the name of this man.
And I just want to say,
Sam, this is a chaotic scene for really the second time in around a month. Inmates have broken out of their cells here at the City Justice Center, have broken windows. Take a look. You can see it behind me. You can see those inmates in the windows We've counted around at least a dozen that we can see up there. I just spoke with Sheriff Vernon Betts, who says they believe there are around 60 inmates who have broken out, but you can see them up there. You can see they are holding signs. They have been screaming out at people on the street. Actually, if I let Brian pan over here, you can see all these folks that are really been yelling back at the inmates. Some of them are family members of people who are locked up here.
Thank you all deeply, deeply from the bottom of my heart.
How dare you speak to me?
Who has been held up to you as the shining example of justice.
We're just gonna keep moving you till we can get you in front of the camera.
You have been supplied with a false idol to stop you tearing down this corrupt city.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping up. Don't catch you slipping up. Look what I'm whipping up. This is America. Don't catch you slipping up. Don't catch you slipping up. Look what I'm whipping up.
Let me tell you the truth about.
If they have to pay out $159 billion less for prescription drugs, then it reduces the deficit.
$44 for that fucking ham. Son of a bitch, when I go south, I'll just buy me a ham down there and it won't cost no $43 fucking dollars.
From the words of Gotham's police commissioner.
We're all gonna die together out here. You're a good group of boys to die with, I'll tell you that much.
How could you be so fucking stupid?
I know, maybe a janitor came by or something.
A janitor?
Yeah.
You're a dumb fuck!
Remember, alcohol is God's apology for making us self-aware. Thank you for watching.
There's a fine line between anxiety
I'm gonna bomb the shit out of them. It's true.
and excitement.
Let's rape possums.
And it's so fine that you start believing your excitement is anxiety.
Let's cram earthworms up our ear.
I don't care. I don't care.
Do you think that you want to back away from it truly, or do you think that you're so fucking excited because you're gonna win, but you can't look at everybody and go, hey, guess what, everybody? I'm about to fucking win! I'm gonna fucking win!
There are two kinds of men who never amount to much. Those who cannot do as they are told, and those who can do nothing else.
People need to be entertained. They need the distraction. I wish to God that somebody would do something to block out the voices in my head for 5 minutes.
Come on! Spread the hate. Spread it. Just spread the hate. Come on.
But do you remember when you were a kid and you heard of people unaliving themselves and you thought, how could someone ever do that? And then you got to be an adult.
Oh, God damn it! I don't care if you're old. Seize the gap! You old fat bitch! You fat bitch!
Voices that scream over and over. Why do they come to me to die? Why do they come to me to die?
Okay.
But I can no longer live with my lie. It is time to trust the people of Gotham with the truth, and it is time for me to...
What meds are you on?
Me? None.
By the way, there's an awful lot of really good Republicans, but the MAGA Republicans are a different breed of cat.
I used to be on lithium and Seroquel and Abilify, but I don't take them anymore.
No, they're not bad or good. They're just they're very different.
No, they make me foggy and they also make me bloated.
Yeah, I was on Xanax and Effexor, but I agree it wasn't as sharp, so I stopped.
You ever take Klonopin?
Klonopin, yeah.
Right?
Jesus.
Like, is it what?
Yeah.
Hey, honey. What are you doing home?
I've met someone, I've fallen in love, and I'm moving out.
You wanna go? Huh? Go on. Actresses are cheap in this town, darling. I got a lot of money.
Howard, please, this is beneath you.
No, this is exactly me. You come in here out of the blue and telling me you're leaving me just like that, and you have the nerve to expect graciousness?
I expect a little maturity. I expect you to face the situation like an adult who...
Don't talk down to me. Don't you ever talk down to me. You are a movie star. Nothing more.
I just love the smell.
You gotta get back out in the world. Get out of that lonely house, that little workshop of yours. Get back out on the road. You should make a radical change in your lifestyle. I mean, the core of man's spirit comes from new experiences.
But you're wrong if you think that the joy of life comes principally from human relationships. God's placed it all around us. It's in everything, in anything we can experience. People just need to change the way they look at things.
When you forgive, you love. And when you love, God's light shines on you.
What is there to fight for? Everything! Life itself, isn't that enough? To be lived, suffered, enjoyed. What is there to fight for? Life is a beautiful, magnificent thing. Even to a jellyfish. What is there to fight for? Besides, you have your art, your dancing.
Can't dance without legs.
I know a man without arms who can play a scherzo on a violin and does it all with his toes. The trouble is you won't fight. You've given in, continually dwelling on sickness and death. But there's something just as inevitable as death, and that's life. Life, life, life! Think of the power that's in the universe, moving the earth, growing the trees, and that's the same power within you, if you'll only have courage and the will to use it.
What the fuck? That is not a goddamn airplane. Why the fuck is it so fucking close? What the actual fuck is that? What the fuck? God fucking damn it. I'm shaking right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm fucking shaking. That shit did not look like a fucking airplane. But that was really fucking close to the ground, and I am not near an airport. Alright, the light is off. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm kind of freaking out at the moment. Let me see if I can try to... What the fuck is going on right now? What? This is the second one. That one sounded more like multiple planes, but the other one had a very deep humming. And there's no base nearby. I don't know what's going on.
Vyvanse, bro? You ever take a Vyvanse? What's that? What the hell is that? Bro, I don't know. Same as Adderall. I fucked around. I took a Vyvanse by mistake. How do you mistakenly take because that? Because I thought it was Vyvanse.
Highly, incredibly unprofessional, but fuck.